Welcome back to Digital Learning. Today let's discuss about the functions of plasma membrane, which is the session third, comes under the topic cell biology and genetics. In the last class we were discussing about the fluid mosaic model of the plasma membrane. So this is the plasma membrane, which is the neuronal junction between the two nerve cells. There is a gap. Here you can clearly observe the plasma membrane of the two nerve cells. So let's have a look at the functions of plasma membrane. The plasma membrane's main function is giving protection. The plasma membrane protects the cell from its surrounding environment. It is a semi-permeable membrane. Semi-permeable means it is acting as a selective barrier which regulates the materials that enters and exit the cell, which controls the molecules which should enter inside the cell or which should exit inside the cell. The cells of all living organisms have the plasma membrane. The plasma membrane provides a structural support to the cell. It is acting as a skeleton. So it tethers the cytoskeleton, which gives support to the cytoskeleton. And it gives a definite shape to the cell. As I told, that is selective permeability means the plasma membranes are selectively permeable because they allows only certain molecules which can pass through them. For example, water, oxygen, carbon dioxide can easily travel through the plasma membrane. Generally, ions, sodium, potassium and polar molecules cannot pass through the plasma membrane. So that's why it is called as selectively permeable membrane. They must go through specific channels. These ions must go through specific channels or pores in the membranes instead of freely diffusing through it. This way the membrane can control the rate at which certain molecules can enter and exit the cell. And it also performs the function of cell signaling. Cell signaling means first it has to recognize which is self and non-self. So it gives or it facilitates the communication between the different types of cells. It does this cell signaling through the use of various proteins and carbohydrates in the membrane. Proteins in the cell membrane plays a major role in different functions such as cell signaling, cell recognition and enzyme activity. Proteins on the cell mark the cell so that the other cells can identify it. The cell membrane also has receptors which allows to carry out certain tasks when the molecules such as hormones bind to these receptors. They are acting as receptors which are present in the plasma membrane. And it helps to transport across the membrane via osmosis and diffusion. Diffusion means the movement of molecules from the region of their higher concentration to the region of lower concentration. And also osmosis through the semi-permeable membrane. It controls active transport and also passive transport. Passive transport means movement of molecules or ions from the regions of higher concentration to the regions of lower concentration without spending any amount of energy. No energy is required here. No ATP is required here. And active transport means the movement of molecules or ions from the region of lower concentration to the region of higher concentration by spending some amount of energy, that is in the form of ATP. Here the cell utilizes, or plasma membrane utilizes, the energy in the form of ATP. And also it carries out the facilitated transport. Facilitated transport means which is assisted by the proteins which are present in the lipid bilayer, which is called as facilitated transport. So these are different types of transport. Here is a protein channel, and this is a protein molecule, and it is channel mediated. So through this channel only some molecules can transport. So this is called as passive transport. They can move freely from the region of their higher concentration to the region of lower concentration. And some molecules moves by simple diffusion. Some molecules require channels, proper channels or protein molecules embedded in the lipid bilayer, which allows the specific molecules to pass through it. And there are some molecules which require carrier proteins. So through the carrier protein, the molecules are taken inside, are transported inside or outside by spending some amount of energy. ATP is required. This is called as active transport. This is called as passive transport. Simple diffusion and channel mediated are called as the passive transport, and carrier mediated is called as the active transport. So here this is also carrier mediated transport, which requires a specific membrane bound proteins which transport the molecules in and out across the lipid bilayer. So this is channel mediated. Some molecules requires go along for the ride, so which requires the transport of molecules only in presence of some ions. Then only the molecules are transported. This is uniport, this is symport. Symport requires some molecules. Along with these molecules only, some of the biomolecules can move across the plasma membrane. This is called as coupled transport. This active transport means the fishes are moving in opposite direction to the flow of the water. So they require some amount of energy, which are swimming against the water flow. So they are spending their energy while swimming in opposite direction. Active transport, that is energy is required for transport of the biomolecules. And plasma membrane also carries out the process of exocytosis and endocytosis. Exocytosis means the movement of molecules outside the cell. Here movement of molecules or substances outside the cells through the membrane by forming the vesicles. So small vesicles or membrane bound vesicles are formed which come closer to the cell membrane. Gradually these molecules or the substances are released outside the cell into the extracellular space. This process is called as exocytosis. And endocytosis means taking inside the cell. So here the cell membrane invaginates. It forms a pouch-like structure, gradually pinches in and creates a vesicle enclosing the contents. So gradually it is taken inside the cell. So here endocytosis may be taking place or carried out in two ways, and they are pinocytosis and phagocytosis. Pinocytosis is nothing but cell drinking, and phagocytosis is called as cell eating. In pinocytosis, the internalization of extracellular fluid and small macromolecules by means of small vesicles. This is called as cell drinking or pinocytosis. Phagocytosis means here, which describes the process of ingestion of large particles such as cell debris and whole microorganisms by means of large vesicles. This is called as phagocytosis. This is phagocytosis. Exocytosis and endocytosis may be shown like this. Here the food particle is taken inside, forming a vesicle, and here the fusion of secondary lysosomes in the digestion takes place. After the digestion, exocytosis of the waste products outside the cell into the environment is taking place. Here this is called as ingestion or endocytosis, and this is called as exocytosis. Here receptor mediated endocytosis. Here the receptors are required, and it is going to form a clathrin coated vesicles so that the molecules are excreted outside the cell. This is sodium and potassium pumps, which allows the movement of sodium and potassium inside and outside the cell, which requires protein channels. Here movement of sodium and potassium is explained here, and the cell membrane inside the lumen of the intestine, it is having finger-like projections. These finger-like projections helps in extension of the plasma membrane. The plasma membrane is greatly extended so as to absorb the digested food material. Here it helps in digestion. Here it is helping in the absorption of the digested food material. Certain cell organelles such as the endoplasmic reticulum, nuclear membranes, Golgi complex are originated from the plasma membrane. So it forms the cells like macrophages. Macrophages, which are formed from the plasma membrane, plays an important role in the process of phagocytosis, engulfing the bacteria or microorganisms or pathogens. In a nutshell, plasma membrane is acting as a protective outermost boundary of the cells. It is performing the function of absorption, and it also functions as excretory organ. It excretes the waste products outside the cell, and it is selectively permeable, helps to transport the molecules across the membrane. And cell also contains receptors, example glycoprotein receptors present on the RBCs, and cell to cell adhesion. So this plays an important role in the process of inflammation. There are some junctions, gap junctions, helps in formation of various types of junctions, adhesion, and also anchoring, while anchoring along with the help of cytoskeleton elements. As we have discussed, it is functioning as a recognition pinocytosis, phagocytosis, and cell signaling. Thank you.